It's your boy Tony Max, y'all know I do it to the max. Coming back at y'all again with another fantastic episode of Truth to Life, where we discuss real life issues that affect real life people in real everyday life. Well, in today's issue, we're going to discuss exactly why a woman cannot raise a boy to be a man. Statistical, provable evidence of why a woman cannot raise a boy to be a man. So, hope you got your pen in your pad. You ready? Come on, let's dig in. And look, for all y'all content vampires out there that want to come to Truth to Life and steal my ideas, my content, I don't mind, because emulation is the greatest form of a compliment. So that's cool. Just give your boy a shout out. Anytime you want to see where something came from originally, just come look at my publishing date. For those of you that are curious, and you'll see who created it first, who came up with the concept first. Just wanted to put that out there. I got millions of ideas. I ain't even started yet, bro. For real, I'm just getting warmed up, homie. But yeah, back to the video. Take a time machine trip, okay? We're finna go back in time. Back into my days. Old school. As a boy, as a child, my big mama inherited her house from her husband, Big Papa. Okay, that man purchased the house, and his wife obviously had the house after he passed on. In that neighborhood, there were many men, many black men interacting with neighborhood children and interacting with their own children. I had Mr. Hiawatha that stayed up the street. That guy had a whole bunch of cars in his backyard. He had a son, I hardly ever seen his son, but me and him used to talk sometime. He'll stop me from doing bad stuff because I was a bad kid or whatever, getting into everything. Him, and then we had this guy named Eddie. He stayed on the corner right across the street from Mr. Hiawatha. And then we had this other, I mean, it was just full of black men. My street was loaded with men from top to bottom. I mean, I can just go on and on. Black men that were in the family present under the same roof, and you know, just having those interactions of other black men. Okay, now fast forward to when my G-Ma adopted my grandfather, my grandmother, and my uncles and my aunts. So I had one uncle and a bunch of aunties that were, you know, we were all up under the same roof. Okay, so I seen my grandfather and I seen my uncle. And that neighborhood was full of black fathers. We all interacted. It was just so many black fathers. I can go on and on, okay? Now, the women had their position, obviously, as the husband's wife and the mother, she played her position. But the fathers, these guys, man, they were stand-up men. To this day, those of them that are still alive, I mean, they were all good guys. Now, so we fast forward from the 70s and 80s, even in the 90s, all the way up to now. We're in 2023, pretty much. And what you're seeing is that the tapestry has completely changed. The narrative has changed. You don't see too many black men interacting with the children on the same block, because you don't even see too many black men that are in the families. Because if little boys are not able to see men interacting with the mothers of the house and the children of the house and other men in the neighborhood and children of the neighborhood, then how can they possibly learn to be a man? They can't, because they can't see. In order to be a man, you gotta see a man. If all you see is women, if all you see are women, then that's all that you have to pull from your experiences. You have nothing to draw from when you become 16, 17, 18, our man years, young man years onto adult man years. We have nothing to draw from, because all we're seeing is, all the guys are seeing, all the little boys are seeing right now is women in the households, women in the schools, women everywhere they go. The only time they see men are when they're in positions of authority, which is the reason psychologically why a lot of times they rebel. So this thing goes deep. Ladies, There are certain things that you can instill in your little boys that's great, like ethics, etc., caring, and emotional things that you naturally do because you're women. But if a boy doesn't see a man, can't go out and play ball, catch with him or whatever, or basketball or whatever it is, he has no interactions with men other than the gym coach at school. Hopefully he's a man. So this is why you cannot raise a little boy to be a man. You're feminine. You look different than he does. It's environment and belief system. If a little boy's belief system is formulated around a bunch of women, then as a result of the culmination of him becoming an adult, then there's no history, there is no resources, no memories to draw from, in order for him to emulate what a man actually is, what a man looks like. So what you have now is this entire generation of men who were once little boys that grew up around their sisters, their mother, their aunts, their grandmothers, and no men. So ladies, no offense to you, but you cannot teach a man to be a man no more than a man can teach a girl to be a woman. A man can't teach a little girl to be a woman. He can teach her certain things that we as men like and or don't like, and women can do the same thing. But we have to see, little girls have to see women in order to know how to walk and do the feminine things that women do. Same thing with little boys. Little boys have to see men in order to be able to emulate a man. So now you have this generation of feminine men. They soft, and they don't know how to fix nothing. They don't know how to do nothing. The reason why the guys of this generation, Generation Zers and millennials and all that, the reason why they're so soft and feminine, and some of them are homosexuals as well, is because they've been raised around a bunch of women. So all they've learned, all they've had conditioned is their emotions and femininity and stuff like that. And that's not, you've been raising your girls to be men and raising your boys to be women. Ladies, single mothers, you have been raising the men that you don't even want to date. Do you like guys that can't fix nothing? Do you like guys that's in the mirror more than you are, or softer than you are, or more feminine than you are? Of course you don't. Why? Because that's just like another woman. Same logic applies when it comes down to us choosing women that we like. As men, we want femininity, submissiveness, cooperativeness, fit, friendly. So if you're raising your girls to be dudes by the way that they think and the way that they operate and the way that they move, because they have not been raised with men under the same roof, then they don't know how to choose men. For one, they automatically gravitate toward the weaker guys. The feminine guys, and they have horrible relationships with them. They turn out to be babies' mothers, and marriages are dissolved just as fast as they're consummated. I mean, it's just ridiculous. The roles are reversed, and it is a mess. So no, ladies, you cannot raise a man to be a man. I repeat, you cannot raise a man to be a man. It's not going to happen. We need men in our lives. And if little boys are not seeing men and the way that men operate and move, how are they going to know? They can't know. So y'all women might want to think about that. You might want to reconsider and start staying in these relationships and making it work, so that you can have men, good men, that are that are teaching your daughters well and not abusing y'all. Because it's your fault. Why? Because you're not choosing well, and you're choosing to become or to remain baby mamas rather than wives. Stop having kids out of wedlock. Get married first and then have babies. It's not rocket science, I'm just saying. So, With that being said, thank y'all for coming to the channel. Thank y'all for all the support. The music that you hear throughout the video is my music. If you like it, that would be one great way that you can support me. I really would appreciate it. The links are in the banner at the top in the right-hand corner and directly up under the video. My next projects will be released in 23, sometime between spring and summer. So I'm not sure yet, but I'm working hard on it. Plus I'm doing this YouTube, and I got a lot of other stuff going, so I'm really busy. And hey, it's hard work. I really just, hey, support your boy. Anyway, thanks for the love and support, man. I really appreciate y'all. Player salute to you. Huh?